Hi Internet, welcome to new video. Microsoft, the company that quietly run the world, and how Microsoft do this, we will discuss in today video. Let us jump into the Microsoft origin. It was founded in 1975 by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Initially, it was basically software which basically allow to implement the basic programming language. So that's why first product is basic interpreter. Basically, vision of Microsoft is the computer on every desk and in every home, and its early focus was just software, not hardware. Here is bit detailed 4 decade history of the Microsoft. You can see the Microsoft 1 was launched in 1985, and after that Microsoft 2 launched, the Microsoft 3 and Microsoft 3.1, and similarly Microsoft 95 was launched, and similarly they acquire other things as well. And then the first Bill Gates became the president, and then after him the Steve Ballmer become the CEO, and who was also the right hand of the Bill Gates as well. So they launched Xbox in 2001, and similarly they acquire other different things as well. Similarly, Windows Vista is launched here, and Windows 7 is launched in 2009, I think, and then Xbox 360 was launched in also around 2006, and similarly, moving on, the Bing was launched in 2008, and Windows 8 was then launched in 2012, and they also acquire Skype, and similarly Windows 10 was launched in 2014, and at that point when Microsoft was not growing, and his stock was falling in the market, and then Satya Nadella became the CEO, and then they acquire Minecraft, and similarly here it start focusing on its cloud computing capacity, due to which the again Microsoft started to gain it the lost share in the market, and it become the highly profitable company as well. So they acquired LinkedIn in 2000, and I think 15 as well, and in 2015 launched Microsoft Team, and then they also signed the MOU with OpenAI. Like they gone into agreement with OpenAI, we will discuss in the upcoming slide. So this is the bit brief history about the Apple, and they also acquired Nokia as well, but that could not uh, turn into a successful deal or successful purchase. So these are the few acquisition of the Microsoft. So in by this way, the 4 decade of Microsoft completed up to 2024, and we are now living in a world where the Microsoft is mixed with the AI. So let us jump to the coming slide. We will discuss these things a bit detail in the upcoming slide. So moving on, the Bill Gates, who was known as the face or basic founder of the Microsoft. He was born in 1995, and he was very lucky because he landed into Lakeside School, and he belonged to privileged background. That's why he get the exposure to computer at that time at age of 30. And they get some time to spend on computer, but they find some bug, and due to this bug they spend extra time on computer, which will later caught by the management, and they stopped their computer time. And then similarly he was very brilliant student, and he scored high in SAT, and then enrolled in Harvard College, but then the dropout college to co-found the Microsoft company. And then the Microsoft company signed the MOU with IBM. Then here the Microsoft start to gain the greater market share, and he became the president of Microsoft and became the youngest billionaire at 1986. And similarly, he also founded the Corbis, which is for photo stock basically company. And similarly, he married Melinda, and then he ran into conflict with the administration or with the of USA, and then he stepped down as CEO. And similarly, he wrote the several books, and you can see in 2005 he also become the person of the year. In 2007 he was awarded honorary degree from Harvard, and then in 2014 and stepped down as chairman of board, and decided to start philanthropy office services as well. And then the breakthrough venture, energy venture, similarly. And then his personal life, he got divorced in 2021 Melinda Gates. So you can the mainly reason Bill Gates involvement in piston files, and which is very famous these days. So in 2025, he enjoy or celebrated the 70th birthday. So Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation was one of the biggest private foundation, and similarly, he's under under this organization, and Bill Gates and his organization done different philanthropic services as well. And so this is a bit brief about the Bill Gates. So he is basically founder of Microsoft. So it is very important to know about bit him. So moving on, let us jump into the Apple business. So first, Apple window monopoly. So for initially, the MS DOS was launched, and basically everybody know about it. So now MS DOS was basically they copy some other operating system and then make modification and sell it to the IBM, and then it will further result in establishment of Windows 1, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, and Windows 8, and Windows 10 was launched in 2015. And they like different original equipment manufacturer, they install their Windows and their system on different system like the different PC like HP, Dell, and Lenovo, and these PCs are using the Windows operating system. And this gives the greater monopoly to Windows, due to which the developer has to design their app or system which align with the Windows. So this enable Windows to attract the greater network, and as a result, the business standardize on Microsoft. So this can help or allow the Microsoft create the monopoly on the business. So this results in the global operating system monopoly for the Microsoft. The Microsoft get greater hold in the market share, and they have the access to the different enterprises and different organization, and all the system are modified and run according to the Windows. So moving on. So they also launched the Office, and which is also the major product and is used everywhere in every organization. They initially launched the Excel and Word, and then they after that they launched PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, Team, SharePoint, OneDrive, Access, and Power BI. So these different Office tool are launched, and they incorporated in the businesses, and they increase the productivity and standardize the process. So you can see the Word and Excel launched, and after the PowerPoint, similarly, Office become default businesses language. So it is used everywhere. So due to which the business is depending on these tools, and they are not in the position to shift to some other product, because this result switching result in high cost. So this also give the greater monopoly to Microsoft on business. So it created a software lock-in at organization level, and Microsoft become the enterprise infrastructure as well. So you can see how the Microsoft control entire enterprise atmosphere. So moving on, missed smartphone opportunity. The basic vision of Apple was to that every person has the four different devices for four different purposes. However, Apple won in this case because when Jeff Bezos launched Apple, he said that all the feature will be available on single device. And that's why Microsoft missed Apple competition, and iPhone get greater hold in the market. When Microsoft launched their own product, and there many cheap resellers also came in the market. So due to which Microsoft can't compete with them. So it lost this Apple competition. Similarly, Microsoft was not as quick to adopt to the internet, so they also lost that from Google in this case. And similarly, also in hardware, their hardware product was not as successful. Only the successful product was Xbox, and which was also launched after 2014. So it in 2000 era was lost decade. for like starting from 2000 to 2014 was lost a decade for Microsoft as well. This stock stagnate and also brand perceived as outdated. But then the Satya Nadella became the CEO. He shifted to the cloud first, mobile first model. Like he launched the Microsoft launch in his under his era the Azure cloud, and which again gave the greater share of market to the Microsoft and result in the upward growth of the Microsoft. And he also ended the internal competition culture and embarrassed open source and partnerships. Like a partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI was very famous and productive for both OpenAI and also Microsoft. So also the rebuilt the Microsoft growth engine. So Satya Nadella plays a major role in upward growth of the Microsoft. Moving on, this is the what you can see what Microsoft is. So Microsoft is provide these services, and it is consist of these tools and services. You can see here three Apple 365 different apps come like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and other different apps. Similarly, Microsoft Fabric, which basically provide the backend services like data storage and SQL services and other. Similarly, Microsoft Power Platform, which basically help provide play roles in front end development. And similarly, their management, integration, and analysis of service, these are different tools. And yeah, Azure cloud service we will discuss in the upcoming slide what is Azure. So it also provide these services as well. Similarly, info protection and compliance tools as well, and cyber security enabling, there are different services and tools which are also provided by the Microsoft. So moving on, these are the major source of revenue for the Microsoft. You can see Microsoft purchased during it journey. It purchased different software and different companies. So it acquired LinkedIn and similarly Skype, GitHub, and Nokia. And it was Nokia was not as useful for Microsoft. It has other platform like LinkedIn and Skype and GitHub as similarly Yammer and other different companies as well. So a major revenue is provided by the basic server product and cloud services like Azure. Major revenue provided by this, and similarly you can see 22% share is acquired by the Apple product, Office product like Word, Excel, and others. Similarly, 9.10% is revenues are from on the window, and similarly 8 to 9% windows from gaming like Xbox and other. Similarly, 7% is earned from the LinkedIn, and 5 to 6% from Bing. And similarly, enterprise partner service share is 3.1, and dynamic product and cloud services 2.6, and it revenue from devices is almost 2%. So you can see the major revenue is earned from the Office product and other server products and different tools. And similarly, cloud services also play major role in high revenue. So this is the bit breakdown of the source of revenue for the Microsoft. So what is Azure? Basically, Azure play a major role in upward growth of the Microsoft. Basically, Azure is also the competitor of Amazon Web Service. We discussed in the Amazon video as well that what is Amazon Web Service. Basically, cloud provide the space in which the app or different infrastructure is built. So this result in different apps, and similarly it also result in storage of data, and also AI also trained on cloud on online space and different devices. So you can see Azure also provide the data services as well, SQL and other are part of this. And similarly, Azure also help in networking services, provide like corporate network service command rate, and it's also store data which result in the identification like it has active directory. And Azure management system is also part of it. It is security and provide management system, and so it result in compliance and other. So basically it is complete intelligent cloud for the Microsoft, right? It is called Azure. So you can see Azure cloud infrastructure. It provides server hosting, data storage, AI and machine learning services as well. It also provides a cyber security solution. You can also see it is hybrid cloud tool as well. So it provide two type of revenue, which is also user base as well, and enterprise contract as well. Enterprise can directly buy the space from Azure cloud, or also individual can also buy the space from the from this cloud. For the audience who is unaware about the cloud services as well, so it is basically data storage and data operating services. This is contain the large storage machines or devices. So which are it has the Azure has different storage capacity at different part of the world. So similarly, Amazon Web Services hold a greater share of the online cloud services as well. So also the Azure is giving the tough competition with almost 18 to 90% of the shares of market. So moving on, the Microsoft platform work. So it's basically provide data and intelligence. So it usually engage customer. Once they get engaged, they provide data, and based on that data, they optimize operation, like introduce different services like AI and other, and then they incorporate those services into the product. And similarly, we will discuss in the next slide how the Microsoft incorporating AI into system, and this gives the greater empowerment or great to the user. So and the result which result in the revenue for the Microsoft and result in the growth. So Microsoft Dynamic with 365 basically result in marketing, sale, commerce, service, operation, finance, and Power Platform include Power BI, Power App, Microsoft Flow, and similarly here are different apps which are mentioned. So basically, Apple ecosystem operates it and provide identity like Microsoft account, Azure Active Directory, and then we convert identity into the also provide the productivity like in the form of Office, Team, and OneDrive. It also provides infrastructures for the app development, for the AI development like Azure and Windows Server. It also provides the software as server for development like GitHub, Visual Studio, and it also provides the server and software for the security as well, like Defender and Sentinel. All tools are basically interconnected, and they create the ecosystem for the Microsoft. So moving on to the up next slide. So basically, Microsoft also shifted from one-time sale to the recurring subscription. So Office 365 replaced box Office, and this resulted in predictable cash flow for the Microsoft. It also result in the higher lifetime customer value, so they can earn more from single customer. And it also they also provide on based on data continuous product update, and user also get update with providing the cost as well. So increase customer dependency on this different software. So they also create the lock-in like company store, email, file, identify system, and workflows. So switching require data, high data migration, staff retaining, system design result in high exit cost. That's why the enterprise and other users stay stick with the Microsoft for different services as well. So moving on, how AI, how Microsoft is incorporating AI. Microsoft launched basically the co-pilots which stay connected with the different apps. Like here, the co-pilot connected with 365 apps. It has a data like Microsoft Graph, user data, business data, and it using the different tools to process this data like ChatGPT 4, Codex, and Dell AI. So based on this processing, it's providing the advanced searches and other results through these apps. So a user are getting the better information, and AI incorporation in different apps. So AI also using the data from different plugins like different enterprise software and services. So this results in intelligence results pervasive and compliant and safe information or safe services to the client. So this is how the Microsoft is integrating AI across its different platform. So OpenAI is basically the company, father company, which established ChatGPT and other models. So Apple OpenAI model is trained on the Microsoft Azure cloud, and in return, the Microsoft is getting the first-hand exposure to the all the Chat GPT models. So this is basically strategic partnership with OpenAI. It provide exclusive cloud service for OpenAI and Chat GPT model integrated into Microsoft 365 Azure AI services, GitHub, Beam, and Bing. So this is first enterprise scale AI deployment advantage to Microsoft, and this is how they are living and surviving in this AI era. Let us move to the end of this presentation and end of this video. So you can see that Microsoft does not compete for attention, it competes for reliance. Thank you for staying with us for the past 15 or 16 minutes. So we upload video daily on Friday and Monday, and we basically discuss a different business company businesses model. So don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. Have a nice day. Goodbye.